afternoon, everyone. I'm Vivienne Pocha. I was born in a little coastal town in the south of India, my Mangalore. My journey took flight when I was just 3 years old. My dad died. My older sisters were 5 and 7. My mother at 27 stayed in deep mourning for the next 10 years, wearing black, deep purple, and sometimes dark green. See, those were the colors that I saw her in. But through all the hardship and pain, music and art came to my rescue. And I keep thinking, how did I know at that early age that I was going to pursue music? As a child, I was given a lot of musical toy instruments as gifts. There was a bongo and a little harmonium, a little toy violin with a matka and a stick going through, and finally a bulbul tarang. And I managed to make some music out of it all. But when I was 12, my mom bought me an 81 rupee real guitar. And I was so excited, I wrapped myself around it as I slept. So my school and college passed by in a whirlwind of musical competitions and trophies. And right there in front of me was the idea of a career in singing. So we made an appointment with this legendary Western classical voice trainer, Mrs. Brown. Well, she looked me up and down and in a stern tone said, "I believe you're a jazz singer. Let me hear you sing." And then she played a little scale on the piano, and I said, la 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 la. Higher, la 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 la, na 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 na, higher, la 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 la. And she said, "Well, I think I could do something with you, but you are going to be not able to sing anywhere for the next 5 years while I train your voice." And that was a shock for me. I was ready to sing yesterday. So the thought of going underground with Mrs. Brown for 5 years, no way. And I gave up the idea of training, and that was it. It was at that time that I saw my first big stage musical, Evita, directed by Alec Padamsee. Now, watching from the last row of the Sophia Baba Auditorium, and in that collective hushed silence, I heard my call in the strains of "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina." Tears were streaming down my face. I was going to be on that stage, I promised myself. This was my destiny. And so I picked up my guitar and moved to the Bombay of my dreams. Well, everything was happening here. The music industry is in Bombay. The advertising industry was in Bombay. The Bollywood was in Bombay. And so, but how, where, how was I going to get an inroad? Big question mark. There was a buzz around this place. They were auditioning for a stage musical, Grease Lightning. Musical director, Louis Banks, took my audition and he chose me. And we had a second audition for the dance, the choreography. I floundered. I failed miserably. Let me put it this way. I didn't have the moves, all right. So, but I was innocent, and I heard that they had chosen me, and I believed it, and I waited for a month for that call, which never came. That was my first big disappointment. I felt rejected, shattered, and I felt I had nothing to offer. But very quickly, I had to collect myself and ask myself this very important question. What did you move to Bombay for? It was for my dream, and I had to fulfill it. And then one day, a friend takes me to a party. I sling my guitar along. I sing through the evening and half the night. Also present there was director Noel Gordon, and he was auditioning for his play, Blood Brothers. Now, he heard me sing, and he called me and he said, I want you to play the lead role. Would you take it? And I was taken aback. I said, oh, maybe. And he said, I don't have time for maybes. It's a yes or a no. I said yes. And the rest is history. What followed, my friends, was not a piece of cake. What followed was 8 months of intense training, grueling rehearsal schedules. I learned to walk, to talk, to sing, project, readings and workshops. I ate, slept, drank, and breathed only the play. I had no other life. But opening night was magical. I will never forget the smell of wood on a freshly constructed set, the lights casting shadows on a polished wooden stage, the spirit of anticipation in an empty auditorium filled with promise. This was a new challenge. This was a new world. And I had given birth to the stage character, Mrs. Johnson. What a ride. Now, to look after provide for myself, I took up paid jobs. First as a secretary, yes, and then a job in the airlines. And it was then that I encountered my other friend, the art of painting. Also, the calls to sing and act kept coming. And I went on to play Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, directed by Pearl Padamsee. So I would work at the airport in the daytime and rush to rehearsal 4 to 5 hours in town. It was exhausting, but exhilarating. And it also required me to lose 12 kilos to play the role of a 12-year-old. When the play closed, I got married. And then I moved to Calcutta. New city, new people. I had to reinvent myself. I did the rounds. And very soon I was singing and touring with a famous rock band, Shiva, singing rock. And so I always think life has a way of throwing challenges and surprises at you when you least expect it. Because in the middle of a divorce, I played one of the most loved characters, that of Maria in The Sound of Music. People always ask me, what is your style of singing? What genre do we place you in? And I think as a musician in Mumbai, one cannot afford, or at least I have stretched myself into various branches and opportunities that music provided me. And that is why I say, please don't put me in a little box and label me. I am a sum total of all my parts and of all my experiences. And that is why, my friends, I've had a long innings as a studio singer in the advertising jingle world. Lakme, Scorpio, Myntra, Nokia, to name a few. I've also had the pleasure of being a part of the Bollywood industry, singing for A.R. Rahman's Yuvraj and Amir Khan's Tare Zameen Par, Zoya Akhtar's Dil Dhadakne Do, and Vishal Bharadwaj, of course, and Rangoon. Alongside this, I played the iconic character of Mary Magdalene in Jesus Christ Superstar, the rock musical, directed by the wonderful Rahul Dakona. But, my friends, when I look at my life and my journey, I would say one of the most fulfilling relationships I've had was with my mother. My mommy, she came to every show of mine, and every performance was recorded on a little tape recorder, and she would listen to the playback the very next morning. And I hated that because I disliked listening to my performance after a show, but she loved it. My mother opened a new door to my art in the last 2 years of her life when she was battling cancer. And I stayed back to be with her, developing this art of paper collage. What that means is just I take discarded piece of magazine paper, old magazine paper, and I cut it and I paste layer over layer over layer till I get a new whole, a new painting. Now, I want to show you this painting at the back. I put it here because you can see this is something I did during the COVID period, the lockdown period. This has given reason for my existence. This meticulous, contemplative art form has taught me the virtue of patience, perseverance, and most of all, forgiveness. Because I feel that every step taken in the wrong direction shows me that I can retrace my steps. And that is why I say to all of you, even today, my heart full of love is bursting to express itself. And I wish the same for you, that you follow your heart because it will lead you home. And when I say home, I mean your destiny. I am life, I am life. I am life, I am life. I am life, I am life. I am not the things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am life. I am life. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light. Now I am not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin or the outside. I am not my age. I am not my race. My soul inside is all light. I am